Okay, so in the last video I kind of just explained what we were looking at over here, and I'm going to show you how we're going to edit what we have listed here for floor plans or views, levels, so that they correspond to what we have in our Craftsman style section view. So we're going to start with the section view and use it to set up our levels. So in the section view that we have from the class handouts, we have BOF for bottom of footing, top of slab for TOS, top of concrete, TOC, first floor that's going to the subfloor, and we have roof. Okay, so we want to make those correspond with what we have in our project. So I'm going to start from the first floor and work my way down and get rid of anything that doesn't match up with what we have. So let's take a look at what we have. And the best way to do that, by the way, is to go to our elevation. So I'm going to go to the south elevation. I can do that by double clicking on it. Notice that south is now bold. And we can read what we have over here for levels. Now it looks like I already have a bottom of footing level, but my bottom of footing should be at -9 feet 4.5 inches, where the bottom of footing in this project is at -10 foot 3. So I'm going to simply click on this and change this to the values I have on the handout, 9 feet 4.5 inches. Put a space between those. And I'm also going to change the name so that it just says BOF. And you'll see that it'll ask you, do you want to make those changes everywhere? So because I made that change here, it also changed the name of the floor plan that corresponds with it over here. Now I don't have a top of footing in my scenario. I skip that and just go right to top of slab. Top of slab in this scenario is corresponding with basement. Basement's at top of slab. So I'm going to rename that T, using caps, TOCS rather. And I'm going to change the value to that to match what we have in the handout. Top of slab is supposed to be at -8 foot 4.5. So I can get rid of a level by selecting it and deleting it. So this top of footing, I'm going to highlight it, not by the name, but by the line that's being used as the level, and delete it. All right. Next we have foundation at the very top, which is actually our foundation top of wall or top of concrete, and that should be at -0 feet 11.5 inches. So I'm going to change that to -0, and I can hit space, 11.5 inches. And I'm going to rename that TOC for top of concrete. And then first floor, I'm going to rename so it has all caps. And that stays at 00. Now notice that the top of concrete and first floor are running on top of each other. I want first floor to stay straight. So I'm going to click on the top of concrete level and then click on the little elbow symbol that appears once you click on the line. That will bring the annotation for that level down in a dog leg and allow us to read those a little bit better. All right, second floor is actually roof, and our roof should be at, let's check our 8 feet 4.5 inches. You can type in decimals, you can put in a fraction. One of the things that you do have to do with Revit is you have to put in the inch symbol if you're typing in inches. You'll notice that if you don't, it will assume you've typed in foot value. All right, the last level we're going to get rid of because we don't want duplicates of roof is we're going to select this one here and then hit delete. Now remember, I have a second floor in the plans here. Okay, there's our second floor that we're going to have. It's going to be partial second floor and open to below. But for now, we're going to stick to this being a one-story structure and match our elevations here in this section. And then we're going to go back and add that second floor after we've had a chance to create some very simple and basic walls and roofs and things like that. Okay? All right. So let's see what that did to our plan. So you see that that makes it so that we have now the same exact setup that we have for the sketched section. And when we look over here to our floor plans, we have those same corresponding ones showing up here. Now what I'd like to do is get rid of the ones that we're not going to use right now. So I'm going to highlight, and I think we can highlight more than one. You can see that I'm highlighting the electrical and framing plans. And I do want to keep a site plan. We're going to be adding a site plan or adding information to the site plan a little later on, so don't erase that. But you can see what I'm going to get rid of are all of the extra plans that show electrical and framing layouts. And so you highlight them as I've done, then you can right click and just delete those, and now we've got just the plans that correspond with our project. Go ahead and take a look at the next video, and we will rename elevations and set up some sheets.